Welcome back. This is part 4 of re-restoring my 1915 Massey steam hammer. I first restored this thing 2 years ago, and we are giving it another overhaul, fixing even more things. And in the last episode, we found some catastrophic problems. And by we, I mean myself and Will.
I'm back.
Back for more
torture.
More torture. In the last episode, we decapitated the steam hammer because we decided that we need to re-bore this piston or control valve. We want to do a repair on the flange of the regulator valve. And unfortunately, when we pulled the ram to take it all apart, what did we find, Will?
A broken piston ring.
Yes, that.
That is an issue, quite a major issue.
Here's the piston, and it is those piston rings that allow for a seal between the piston and the bore of this main cylinder. That missing piston ring chunk may be in one of these ports. I kind of want to run a magnet in there. All right, can we find anything? Come on, is that not something? Look at that.
What's that?
Look at that, there's a thing in the bottom there.
There is something there.
Tell me that's not something in the bottom.
It's all well and good finding it. It's now trying to attempt to get it out.
Magnet on some TIG rod. Should it be strong enough? So we don't end up with a magnet down there as well. Piston ring fishing. Oh! Did I just move it?
Yeah, I think you just did.
Do I have it?
Yeah, I think you do.
No! I got it so high up as well. Bugger. Stronger magnet. Here we go, come on. Preparing for extraction. Ah! It was so close! I was at the exit. Ah! All right, let's flip it upside down. Okay. We should have weighed how heavy this was. I'm guessing 185 kilograms for all of this.
You're reckoning 185?
Yeah, how about you?
I reckon more 230.
Oh, it's out. What the? Oh my God, a lot has come out, mate.
Has it?
What? Final weight, 160 kilograms. Not at all as heavy as I thought, but look at this. Oh my goodness. What is that? And what is this? Why has that just come out of my blooming hammer?
I don't know. By the way, everyone, this is what we were looking for.
We were looking for something about half that length, and we've come out with this. I would assume this is one of these grub screws that stop the piston spinning around. Well, that explains what was making marks on the inside of the piston the first time I had it out. But these fellas, what are you? They've been rattling about in there because they're all worn like stones on a beach. This is the top of the buffer piston, and you can see exactly where this thing, donk, 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 has been hitting this. Now, this was obviously before I had the thing apart because these marks were here on my first restoration. We can't see any corresponding marks from these fellas though, so they are a lot smoother. Nothing. So I've been magnet fishing with it upside down, and I still can't find any remnants of piston ring. Let us know if you have any idea what these things might be. Well, I guess I can find out what material it is. Should be able to tell if it's cast or if it's steel from the sparks. He says. Well, he can now not tell. Wrought iron. I think it's steel. Pretty certain that's steel. For now, given that this thing needs to eventually end up in the bridge port, which means we're gonna need the gantry crane over there and load, and given the fact we need to get the upper assembly off so that we can fix the stripped bolt, Will smartly thought that we should get that off now while the gantry is in place. Oh, there's another one! Look!
Wait, another bit's just dropped out.
Yeah, another bit fell out. We now have 3 of these little round fellas rattling around in there. There's the stud in question. She, quite firmly in there, isn't she?
That's been built up with weld, I think, round there.
That's my worry. My worry is they welded this fella in, so.
And you can see how it's been worn down. Look at the wear on that bolt, part of the bolt there. That is on a serious taper now. I don't know if we're going to be able to get that out. That might be a case.
I think give it a good degrease so you can, and a nice wire brush. You can have a look and see what that looks like, and then we'll see if we can beat her out. It feels soft or hard?
It's hard, but it's breaking.
It looks like probably just years of crumbling oil and dirt, right?
Yeah, that's all it is. That's moving.
There we go. Brute force, always the answer. Ta-da!
That's meant to be like that.
That is just all grime, dirt, grease, oil and rust.
Yeah, no wonder it was wearing. I'd like to get that bolt out and see just how corroded that is.
That's bad.
That's like something picked up of the Titanic.
Incredible. That's what 100 years of rust will do. Now, I've been doing plenty of getting things in order in the workshop and cleaning up, but thankfully AG1, today's sponsor, is helping get my gut health in order. It is a daily foundational nutrition support drink that you mix in with your water that'll support you with vitamins, botanicals, minerals, and bacterial cultures. Instead of a handful of pills every morning, AG1 replaces a multivitamin, probiotic, and more in just one scoop. I don't know about you, but I'm always chasing my tail around, way too busy, so little time for actually staying on top of my health, so it means so much to be able to know that in that one scoop, I've got so many things covered. The superfoods and B vitamins in AG1 help support steady and consistent energy levels through the day, and these vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants are going to help support a healthy mood too. They got other products to help support you, like the vitamin D3 and K2, which along with their flavor sampler is part of the welcome kit that they're going to give you, worth $72 with a purchase of a subscription at drinkag1.com/Alec Steele. There's a QR code on screen. We appreciate them sponsoring this episode. Let's get back to it. So we pulled all the bolts. Blooming heck, they are not in good shape, are they? That was the one that we had to hammer out. Obviously needs replacing. I was going to replace it with this fella, but it then would be missing the lovely forged square head and square shank. This bolt here has also seen better days and has been severely corroded away over time. This one's actually in decent nick, but the thread on the last one is also pretty chewed up, and so I had two options. Either I buy new fresh bolts to replace it, where we have to retrofit and make the square shank, or
Make a set of new ones.
that's right, use the blacksmith workshop that I'm standing in and forge some brand new bolts. But before I get to that, we need to do some cast iron build-up and some remachining on these fellas here. So over here, you'll remember in the last series, I bored out our regulator valve hole, which made it wider, which means this diameter here no longer locates in there very well. You'll see there is all sorts of wiggle that shouldn't be there, and it means that this valve face isn't kind of perfectly lining up here with the rotation of this spindle, and if we crack that, we'll see what that spindle runs in is also not very good. We've got the same issue over here. This diameter on this locating lip no longer lines up with this bore hole.
So that sits in there like that, it locates in there, and that rides in that. But if these two flanges here aren't perfectly in line in that cylinder, that's not going to be fully getting a nice tight seal on the end, even though we've ground it in.
Yeah, there's going to be some sort of opportunity for lack of concentricity, which is no good, because perfection is only achieved with tighter tolerances.
Yes.
So we're going to see if we can build up those areas with some TIG brazing. TIG brazing repair on cast iron, it's going to be a first for me. See how it goes. So this diameter is currently 63 millimeters, as is this one. We need to enlarge them by 3 millimeters to fit our 65.5 millimeter bore. Clean up these surfaces, ready for build-up. Gonna do a test braze on a little plumbing fitting that should also be cast iron. There's my brazing rod. See how she does. Oh yeah. That looks like it builds up really quickly. Ooh, I think we're onto a winner. That's some rapid build-up. Here we go. Okay, that is not at all going as well as the previous attempt. Okay, I think I need more amps. Wow. It's not going great, boys and girls. Well, that looks awful. Nope, 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 nope. It's a disaster. First attempt on the actual pieces, awful. Far less successful than on the little tiny test piece I did. I don't know if I maybe didn't preheat it large enough for the size of the pieces. I got them up to like 250 Celsius. I don't know if they weren't clean enough. I don't know if the position that I was trying to weld them, kind of in that little corner, didn't work. I don't know anything. If I did, it probably would have worked out. Anyway, course of action is going to be let them cool kind of slowly, machine off all the crap that I just did, hopefully clean out those areas a little bit more, and try it again. You having any more success over here, Will?
I'm having a bit more success.
Wait, which piece are you making?
So I'm making a mandrel to hold the plates that Alec's brazing together, so we can machine it and get a nice finish on them, so they should be nice and snug.
So one of those plates, once finally brazed, is going to slip onto there and be bolted on. Because the important thing is making sure that these parts end up concentric to where is important, which is the hole in the middle that our regulator valve runs through, and that's exactly where this is going to locate. But yeah, trouble is I just need this. I need to actually get the brazing done first.
Yeah.
Which is easier said than done. Take number 2. Better. Would be nice if it was a lot better, but it's better. Wow, that's disgusting. I really do wish I was doing a better job at this. This phosphor bronze rod, apparently silicon bronze rod is the better option for DC TIG brazing. But here we are, this is all I've got. And unfortunately, I think I have just wasted the morning in trying to make it work. Not going well. Since I'm at my wit's end, how about the MIG welder? Oh, for goodness sake. Why did I not just do this earlier? It's gonna bloomin' work, mate. I've spent the whole morning trying to TIG braze with the rods that I've got, TIG braze with my neighbor's rods, oxy-fuel braze with either of them. Why did I not just think about the simplest solution? Use the MIG welder. There is nothing structural about these welds. We're simply building it up. And here I was overcomplicating things. Back in the kiln for you. When in doubt, find tasks that involve a sledgehammer. Yeehaw! Right, so I've been in the lathe here, turning down some of that MIG weld attempt on this flange. It's actually going pretty okay. I also bored out the center hole so that I can sleeve it with a bronze bush, which means that we can also hold it in the live center. I've also faced the outer diameter. I was effectively trying to give myself as many reference surfaces for concentricity as possible in case I need to take this out of the setup or remachine it in the future. And that moment has come. These bolts that are holding it to my little kind of DIY faceplate here are sticking out too much for me to be able to face off this area to get a smooth seal and make our little ledge for it to properly locate concentric to the bore. And so it is now time for me to take my 3-jaw chuck out of the lathe and put a 4-jaw chuck in its place. And how? Mate, how are we going to get it on there? Does it go up like this? How the hell did we do this? This is ridiculous. I wonder about just like, without the bar, manhandling it on here. Ooh, my knee. Ooh. Come on. Like it's getting bound up on something. I'm thinking about doing this. Come on. Yes! Come on! Get in! I need to bloody let this sit in my memory because that's the technique. Now, will you fit? No, you won't. Right, always nerve-wracking to take something out of a 4-jaw chuck, or any chuck for that matter. Now time to see if it fits. Oh, yes! No wiggle, no jiggle. Oh, I'm happy with that. That hole at the end is now concentric to this bore. All it needs is a little bronze bush to fit in there, since I had to turn it larger to clean it up. We are bang on. Somebody very kindly sent me a brilliant spreadsheet for working out fits and interference calculations on different shafts. You guys rock, thank you. In the comments on one of the previous videos, you guys very kindly suggested that for drilling brass, you should touch off the sharp edge on a drill bit. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully that'll stop it biting quite as much. Learned a lot from you guys in the comments over the years. Go a little bit slower. Oh, that's lovely! Could use a little bit of coolant though, perhaps. Change the tool. Itty bitty boring bar. Oh! That, my friends, is bloomin' fabulous. And off she comes. There's our new little bushing, complete with some oil grooves. Out of the freezer. Ta-da! Yes! Again, special thank you to the lovely gentleman that sent me this incredible resource. I was able to input all this stuff, get the results. Thank you so bloody much. How about that shaft fit in the press fit bushing? Yes! That is one flange done. I need to start thinking about forging bolts, but got a problem. The steam hammer for forging bolts under is blooming disassembled. What are we gonna do?
I have an idea. I had this little model set up and I thought, let's get your little Stuart Turner going.
Exactly. This is a little model, a Stuart Turner model that I made about 2.5 years ago, right before I actually got the Massey steam hammer. And I ran it on air, well, poorly plumbed air. This little model has never run on steam. Stuart Turner, you were saying, they've been around since like the 1800s.
Yes, they've been around late 1800s, early 1900s they started. They are very well known for their stuff during the war. They made little steam engines with generator sets, which would be parachuted in with a boiler and be used to power radios.
They used steam engines, little backpack steam engines, for the sneaky beaky missions behind enemy lines.
They would parachute them in. The resistance would use steam engines with the radios in them so they could radio in short-range radios.
It's freaking crazy.
The company now produces shower pumps.
Huh. And now they make models for people like me to practice their machining skills on and make fun little things like this.
Let's make some bolts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does it even fit in there?
Oh, yeah, that's good. Got enough height.
Be
We'll
perfect.
good. Runs on methylated spirits.
Methylated spirits and water, that's all you need.
No way!
Yep.
That's how it burns the methylated spirits, and like, that's sick! So there's a bunch of cotton in there.
Yep, the cotton goes all the way along. And as you light these individually,
No
with
way.
a blowtorch, that's what creates your flame.
And then through these, that methylated spirits is evaporating off the wick and then
lighting up and it burns.
It's kind of like a Zippo lighter, just long with slits.
Yes.
It's going. We're at 20 psi! Oh, right in the eye. Look at her go! Oh, that is sick. That is so freaking cool, mate. With the steam billowing everywhere. Unfortunately, wasn't strong enough to quite forge the bolts down, so we're gonna have to use the Stanco power hammer over there. While I'm doing that, Will is going to be making a sleeve to press over this other side of the flange, again, so that it can locate in that bore without play, which frankly is probably gonna take even less time than welding, and it's probably what we should have done from the start. That was a bloody good time. I still got it. Apparently I can still forge a thing or two. I am very happy with those bolts.
I thought bolts are supposed to have threads, they're not bolts.
The threads are yet to come. And actually, I should slow down my enthusiasm and my happiness, because it's not a bolt, you're right, until we're done machining. And if I didn't leave enough material for turning this down and putting threads on it, then I'll have to remake all the things. I did forge them out of 1040 or EN8 steel, so we're not using mild steel for these bolts. We're using something with a little extra gamma goo, a little extra carbon, so they'll be hopefully that little bit stronger. And how about you, Will? How's progress?
Very, very close now.
Telescoping gauges inside there?
Yep, 5885. I'm looking for 5886.
Perfect. Nice stuff, mate.
Once that's parted off, that can be put on there as a bush, and it can should all be good then.
And hopefully we'll find a nice concentric home. You've heard about being square? Today, it's all about being circular. That literally means nothing.
I was going to say, what?
Yes! Look at that. See if she stays there once it's cooled off. It's now one piece. That is an interference fit. Thank you, mate. Lovely job machining that. Now this, it is so that this shaft is now going to run exactly in the middle of that collar, and that is going to locate exactly in that bronze bush, which is exactly in the middle of that bit that I welded up. Yeah, that's in. Oh, yes. She's in.
She's in.
She's in. Now look, there is now no play here, no play there, and our shaft spins exactly in the middle of that bore. Great work, Will.
Did it.
Thank you, mate. That, at last, regulator valve plates crossed off. We're making progress. Will, thank you so much for your help today.
No worries,
Appreciate
Alec.
it. A special announcement. You've got a YouTube channel now.
I have now got a YouTube channel. The
You've
first
caught the
video
bug.
should be out by now.
Brilliant. Check that out. I'll leave a little link in the description for you. Appreciate all of your help. And of course, thank you to AG1 for sponsoring this episode. Get a subscription down below. Link is in the description. I cannot wait to get this hammer back up and running just as sweetly as it was 110 years ago. I also can't wait to get back on the Damascus Barrel series because it's been a moment. Too many projects, too little time. Can't wait to see you soon. Bye-bye.